Hi, my name is Yolanda. Today we are going to talk about experimenting with makeup. Don't be afraid to experiment. Basically, first off, there are all different kinds out there, as everybody knows, and a lot of people don't know that Sephora actually has a really good return policy, really generous return policy. So if you get something home, it doesn't look as you expected, you could take it back. Also, they also will make a lot of samples for you. So there's like skincare products that you want to try out, or lotions, or skincare creams, or cleansers, or anything like that you want to try out. They'll make samples for you free of charge, so you can kind of try them out before you commit to them. As some of them can be kind of pricey. So and then also with this lesson too, me and my husband were talking about this over the weekend, but he was kind of comparing it to a guy's perspective of, like for example, when you're painting, he does a lot of things around our house and he's painted all the rooms in our house, and he was saying like when you're painting, for example, if you don't have a smooth surface when you start, like as far as sanding and everything and having a nice smooth surface, that when you paint, it doesn't matter what kind of paint you use, like be the best paint in the world, it won't look good unless you have that smooth surface to start off with. And that's sort of the same thing when it comes to our face. We want to make sure that we take care of our face. We drink lots of water, do whatever it is that our skin needs. If you need moisturization, if you have dry skin, that kind of thing. So basically doing whatever it is that you need to, make your skin happy, so to speak. So that's how I want to start off today. And so speaking of which, keeping our skin happy, the first thing that I used when I prepped my face today was Murad. And Murad has a lot of good products. This one is actually a clarifying cleanser, and so if you get breakouts, that kind of thing, if you have oily skin, this is good for that. Or even combination skin, because my skin is actually kind of combination. In the winter time it gets kind of dry, it's on the dry side, but it also can be kind of oily too in the summertime too. So I guess I kind of have combination skin. So if you do have dry skin, I would recommend that if you can still use this, but maybe not use it every day. Maybe use it like every other day or something like that. But check it out. They have other different kinds of cleansers too, by Murad, but this is just the one that I use, which is, like I said, the clarifying cleanser. Good for blemishes and stuff too. And so to start off too, we're going to prep our skin by using these really yummy wipes. They smell really good. They're by Ulla Einrichsen. I think it might be German, I'm not sure. But anyway, they're for all skin types, and they are called Truth to Go wipes. And they're gentle, moisturizing, age-defying, good thing, cleansing wipes. And even though we've already cleansed our face, it's still kind of good to use these wipes because they have moisturization in them, and actually has a vitamin C and microalgae, and I guess that helps to firm and brighten your skin. And it has a lot of other things that's on here on the back, so if you ever are in Ulta or Sephora or any other makeup place, you can read the back of these and kind of tell you, educate yourself on what it does. But it does say you can use this in the morning or in the evening, so you can use this to take your makeup off, or like I said, before you put your makeup on, to kind of give yourself a nice moisturized face. So we're going to use that first. Just get one wipe. Okay. And it smells really good. Like I said, it's got vitamin C in it, so you can smell the citrus that's in there. It doesn't quite smell like orange juice or anything like that, but you can smell a citrusy smell. It really smells good. And these are good. I mean, like I said, they're to-go wipes, so you can use them, after working out, at the gym. But like I said, you could also use them in the morning too, and at night. Take off your eye makeup, or your makeup in general. It smells really yummy. Okay, so let that dry a little bit. It's kind of wet. And now we're going to start with our cover-up. And so since today's lesson or tutorial is more focusing on experimentation, there are going to be some different things that I wouldn't normally use that I will try to incorporate in today's tutorial. But this, for example, I'm not going to change, because when you find a cover up or tinted moisturizer or anything like that, that's like the main base that you use for your look, you kind of don't want to experiment with that when you find one that's actually good. And so we're going to still use the Select Cover Up by MAC, which is what I used in my first video. Okay, and so let's wash our brush. Dry it off. And as I talked about in my first tutorial, I like to use a wet brush for doing my eyeshadow, but for your any kind of liquid application like your cover up and your tinted moisturizer, you want to start with a dry brush because you don't want to water down your liquid. So same thing like in my first video, like any kind of blemishes or anything that you want to cover up, or under the eyes, kind of brighten that up. Use your brush to just kind of blend that in. Or any like pimples or anything like that, we're not supposed to squeeze them, but sometimes it's hard not to. And you do it anyway, and then you gotta cover those up too. Okay. And then, actually before, or in my other video, I used Tarte tinted moisturizer, but I was using Stila before for like many years, and I think it was like I was at a different store or something at the time, and I really needed it, and I just bought the Tarte, and I was experimenting and said, hey, I'll try this, and the Tarte is really good, but I did find the Stila that I used to use before, so I'm going to use that today. But it's the Sheer Color tinted moisturizer. It's got an SPF 20 in it, which is really good if you're out in the sun or anything like that. But you can wear this year round. It's not like a summer thing. And the particular color that I use, it's actually called Dark, but you can see the color. It's not super dark, but blendable for light brown skin tones. And so like I said in the first video, you kind of start off with like a little tribal action going on here, to make sure you get all the spots, or not spots, but portions of your face. I'm gonna get a little bit more, put the cap back on. Okay. It's like an additional moisturizing, obviously, because this is a tinted moisturizer instead of foundation or powder. And I think it's good to use tinted moisturizer, especially in the winter, because your skin's going to be dry. Most people will, have dry skin in the winter, so this tinted moisturizer is good. Powder is good too. I do use powder sometimes as well, but for winter time, it's all about moisturizing, so that's what we're using right now. So next, we're going to prime our eyes for the eyeshadow, and since we're experimenting, that's like the main topic for this tutorial, we're not going to use the Urban Decay one like we used last time. We're going to use Too Faced Shadow Primer, and it's called Too Faced Shadow Insurance. And it's called Candlelight, let's see, Softly Illuminating. So basically it kind of gives you like a candle lit kind of look, I guess, if someone's, I guess compared to someone looking at you through or beside candlelight. Just in time for Valentine's Day. So you put a little bit on your finger. Like I said with the other one, Urban Decay, same thing with this. Don't use a whole lot, because this one actually does have a little bit of a tint in it, because it states on the container, it's softly illuminating, so you don't want to go crazy. Otherwise it's going to look cakey. Just a little bit on your finger and apply with your finger. Cap back on, and you can kind of see the difference. You can see it's on there, so it is a little bit brighter than the Urban Decay. But we're going to use the shimmery eyeshadow today, so we can get away with using that kind of base for our primer. So, and now we're going to use, for our bottom of our lids and the tops of our lids, or the brow bone, we're going to use Too Faced Nude Beam is the color. And as you can see, it's kind of has a little dump of that came out there. This is one of the loose powders, so you gotta be careful with that. But it's kind of got like a shimmer to it. And we're gonna wet our brush a little bit. And I actually have some water right here I forgot about in a little container. Just plop that a little bit so it's not super duper wet. And so you're just gonna put a little bit on the top of your lid. And a little bit. Oh, I said top, that was bottom. Tomato. And put a little bit on your brow bone. Okay. And so with the Too Faced, I don't use that on a daily basis. That's actually not new. I've had it for a while. I usually use it for a lot of nighttime looks because it does have that shimmer kind of going on. But you could wear this during the day too because, if it's just about how much you use. If you don't use a whole lot, you can, blend it down and it still gives you a little shimmery look, but it doesn't look like you're going out, for a night on the town or anything like that. But, so the next thing we're going to use in the middle part of our eye for our kind of dramatic look, that we're going to, well, not dramatic look, but like a kind of a smoky eyes we're going to kind of try to do today. But this is new. I've just bought this weekend, but it's called MAC, and it's a mineralized eyeshadow. And as you can see, it's got a lot of browns and black and copper and all kinds of different colors in it. It's called Guilt by Association, and it's really pretty. I actually saw this at a fashion show / benefit, like they were auction, it was for the holidays, and they had some different things that you could bid on during this fashion show. I think it was at Aloft, and I saw that and I was like, man, I didn't even know that MAC made one of these. This is really pretty. And I researched it. I didn't bid on it at the time, and just researched it, went back to MAC and got it. But I actually used to wear for many years a color of eyeshadow called Tempting, I think it was, by MAC. I wore that for so long. Probably went through 10 containers of those, and this is sort of close to that, but kind of different, and kind of gives still like a smoky brown eye. So there you go. It's kind of pretty, really pretty actually. So that's that. And now, instead of our liquid eyeliner that we used in the first video tutorial, we're going to use something different. So we're experimenting. And this is actually by Tarte as well. And it's called Smolder Eyes. Recall in my first video tutorial we used Tarte Cheek Stain. And so they also make some really awesome eye products as well as cheek stains. So this is a thick like kind of a pencil, crayon-y kind of pencil, so it's different than your liquid eyeliners, but still glides on really easily and gives you a really nice smoky eye. And it actually has a little tool that you can blend it and give it a more smoldering look if you like. So I put that on the tops, and you can also put that on the bottom. Use as an eyeliner. Same type thing if you want. You can blend it with a little tool that they put on there with it. Okay. And for the first time using this, I think I actually like this. And it's actually waterproof too, so that's good. And last, lashes. And this is by Benefit, and it's called They're Real. And I actually got this free for my birthday because Sephora actually also has a really good program where you can get little freebies for your birthday. So it's a good way to also try out new products because they usually give you, a couple different options of what you could pick from. You don't have to just get like one thing. They give you options based on what it is that you might be wanting to try out. And this is called False Lashes. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the MAC that we used last time. This is called They're Real, which it kind of gives you the same kind of thing as the False Lashes, where it's like, okay, kind of making the comparison to False Lashes because of the look it gives you. But it's really pretty as well. And we're actually going to touch up our eyes a little bit more because I can see I guess sometimes when you blend, you end up kind of taking some of it off. So put a little bit more back on there and not blend it this time, just leave it as is. Okay. Next, cheeks. This is also by Tarte. Like I said, I love their cheek stains. This one's actually called Flush, and I have used this before in the past. It's a new container. I've probably gone through about 4 or 5 of these my whole life, but they last really long. Sort of looks like a deodorant stick, but yeah, you just put it on your cheeks, like I said in the first video, kind of like pretend like you're smiling. And this smells really good, as I said before. And this one actually tells you what's in it. It has goji berry, pomegranate extract. It's got a lot of all natural things in it. Totally good for your skin. Gives you that dewy, cheeky stain look, as opposed to, you know, powder blush. Another good thing, like I said, and because it's a cheek stain, it's got those moisturizers in it. Like I said, another good thing for winter. But I use this in the summer and the spring too. Okay, so last we're going to do our lips. And we're going to use MAC Dazzle Glass. And it's like a pinky kind of shimmery color, and it's actually called Love Alert, just in time for Valentine's Day. So we just, this is the first time using this one. I have used a lot of lip glosses of MAC. I don't think I've actually used this one before. I may have used a Dazzle Glass, but not this particular color, actually. So it's really bright, so you don't have to put a whole lot on. And it's really thick. Really thick. So you kind of can pucker that. And it's almost like lipstick. It's that bright, you know, but it's just got shine to it. So, that completes our look. So if you like the products you've seen, I mean, that's the places you can get most of them are Sephora. Of course, MAC has their own store. You also, I guess it depends on where you live, but MAC is also inside Macy's at some of those stores. So that's usually where I get my MAC stuff. But yeah, like I said, and Sephora has a website too. Like I said, if you try stuff that you know, it's like, oh, well, it looks good on her, but it doesn't look good on me. Like I said, Sephora has an awesome return policy. You could just try a lot of different things without having to say, oh, well, now I'm stuck with it. So anyway, if you have any questions, give me a shout out on my website and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.